Shit on earth. Hotep, my brothers and my sisters. Hotep. King Taibidi, Hotep, my brother. Hotep. Make sure my stuff is on. We're taking their time, huh? Mandela, my brother. Brother Kiamu, Hotep King. All right. This is the afternoon. People shouldn't be getting up right now. Am I right? They should be up and ready to listen to the message of the true students, the real students. They come to class late. No, sir. No, sir. Queen Amari, Hotep to you. Mandela. Yes, sir. Well, you know what? We wait for no one. There's 2 or 3 people just here right now. We're going to just move right from here. I'm not waiting for nobody else. I'm not playing that game tonight. Not today. Oh, where we at? Where we at? Where we at? All right. Power to the people. Amandla. Good day to be alive. All right, Brother Chris, I see you, man. Mandela, Hotep. Ooh. I'll be right back. Elijah, good to see you. Hotel. All right. Okay. Once again, let me lift my head up. My brothers and sisters, I greet you in our ancient Kemetic word, ancient African word, Hotep, which means peace. Peace be unto you. I pray that all is balanced. I trust that all is balanced with you and yours. I thank the Creator for this opportunity to be before you. And I do not take your presence lightly. And regardless of what's going on in our life, today is a beautiful day. Today is an awesome day. Why? Because we're not 6 feet under. You know, we're alive and well, and you're able to take care of yourself and be able to tune in. So we thank you for tuning in. And once, as you know, when you tune in, you're part of the tribe, you're part of the family, you're part of the gang, you're part of the village, you're part of the posse. You become one of us. All right. So, and I also want to ask you, if you know how to do it, please share and let people know that we're on. I only saw 2 people sharing this today. If that's all, I mean, if it was more people, I don't know. 2 people. I know I put the information up. It wasn't real. No, it wasn't late last night. And only see 2 people sharing. Before we had it up to 8 to 10. Now it's down to 2 again. Come on, we can't get lazy on us, man. It's the only time we can. If we spread it. That's the only time we can spread the information, if we all participate and share the information. This is not a talk down, it's a talk up. We need you. This platform needs you to help spread the message. And those of you, if you are serious about what we do here or what you're a part of when you come on, this would be an automatic, consistent, continual thing. All right, not just on a Sunday. I'm gonna share anything that they do. I'm gonna share it through the week. I'm gonna share. We're gonna blow. We're gonna spread the message. That's the kind of attitude I want us to have when it comes to the knowledge of proper knowledge and truth. And this goes first to the mods. The mods, you are responsible. If no one else do it, to push this agenda. You are. Did you know that? To push it, like you're pushing your own stuff. Matter of fact, this is yours. All right? So therefore, I just wanted to share that with you. And I thank God for those of you who have shared, who are sharing. And let's continue to work as a team to do so. All right? So I have to just deal with that right now. And those of you who may watch this later on, my name is James Anyabwile Wilson, or James Anyabwile. I don't stop using the government name, though it's my name. And I'm a spiritual teacher of the God in Action Ministry Spiritual and Cultural Center. And we, as a family, want to welcome you. And we pray that you just get relaxed and get your coffee, your tea, your brunch, your lunch. This is around that time. And sit back, and we pray that what we do today will inspire you, empower your life, encourage you. All right? Before, by the time we get off, Brother King Obar, Hotep King, I see you, my brother. Always a pleasure, my brother. Good to see you. All right, so I just want to share that. Let's open in prayer, as I always do. You can position your body where it's comfortable to you. You can call on the God, whatever name you want to call the God. You know, there's only one creator, okay? If there's anything, there's one creator, all right? So let us pray. Creator, we thank you for commanding this day to come forth. We thank you for giving us life. We pray that you open our spiritual ears and eyes that we may hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. Let's give us the wisdom to not look at the man or the person, but hear the words, the Spirit in the words that you are speaking through him as a conduit. This is our prayer in the many names you are called around the world. Ashe. Ashe. Yes, sir. Ashe. Yes, I'm in a good mood today, y'all. It's a beautiful day. It's good to be alive. And, you know, and it's always a joy to come on. You know, I still get nervous coming on because I don't want to just come on and just throw anything at you or just do any old thing. You know what I'm saying? I take your lives seriously. You know what I'm saying? I always want to do the best. And I always work at trying to improve myself all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a work in progress. You know what I'm saying? Just like we all are. Brother John Rich, Rich. My brother from Tampa. Yes, sir. It's a joy, man, to see y'all. Now, as you always also know, I just want to share this, get past this right here. On Wednesday, I know I said I was going to come on SES. I did cancel it rescheduled it. I sent it on Thursday. Thursday come, I put up a post. We ain't having it. I'm going fishing. That's exactly what I did. I went fishing, not because I didn't care. I'm quite sure you have a lot of things y'all did on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? But I went fishing. Yeah, that's one of my hobbies, to keep my head straight. I went fishing, and it was no disrespect to you guys. I have to take care of myself too. All right, brother Kichi in the house, Hotel King. All right. We're gonna do our spiritual affirmation. I always do this. This is a time where you speak to yourself. This is not one affirmation, it's several affirmations. Hopefully at the end of reading them, that at least one, or even, give me more, but at least one will kind of jump out to you. You write that one down or memorize it, and you speak that to yourself this week. You know what I mean? You speak that to yourself. All right? And you can also share it with someone else. All right? And I use the same one because once you really continue to say the same thing, it'll become a part of you. All right? So here's a spiritual affirmation. Repeat after me, my brothers and sisters. I embrace success. The words I can't are not in my vocabulary. I refuse to believe my own excuses. I am unstoppable. I choose to radiate love, joy, and gratitude today. I know life is too short to dwell on negativity. I choose to walk in the path of positivity. I am free to create my own reality. I have choices in all situations. I will allow nothing to stand between me and my God, or whatever name you want to call the God. I release my attachment to everything that no longer empowers me. I refuse to let anything or anyone hold me back. Forward ever, backwards never. I am ready to show the world who I am and what I have to offer. No one can stop me from fulfilling my purpose because I have the Almighty Creator on my side. All right, my brothers and sisters, let's raise that beautiful black fist, that beautiful melanated fist, or whatever color fist you have. Ashe, if you on here and you other than melanated or African or Kebulonian or Moor or what you want to call it, then you bold. You bold. All right? Raise that fist, y'all. We're going to do it. As you know, let's raise that fist. Let's share that energy. Amandla. 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 Meaning power. Power to the people. Let's give ourselves a strong melanated hand, y'all, brothers and sisters. Let's do that thing. Yes. Yes. Ashe. Ashe. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you. Now, what we're going to do now, brothers and sisters, I think I did all my announcements. Oh, yes, I would like y'all, brothers and sisters, please, could you please, I've been asking this, I think one or two people did it since I mentioned this. This was like months ago I mentioned it, and I think one or two people did it. We're trying to beef up our YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is under James Anyabwile. James Anyabwile. You can look at the bottom of the screen that you're looking at right now. You see how the name is spelled. James Anyabwile. Could you please go over there and press like and to subscribe and press the notification button. So when we on, you'll know that we're on. And that program or that platform, what it does is still promotes this one that we on right now. While we on right now on Facebook Live, we are also on YouTube Live simultaneously. I think I'm using the right term. Okay, we are on right now also on YouTube Live. So I ask that you please take the time out and do that so that we can beef up that channel and reach more people, different kind of audience, and so we want to spread it. So I would appreciate it. All right, and we want to hit on. We're going to hit Instagram, and other places, but we want to see people help us build the other platform also, such as this one, Brother Kikiamu, Kamau, Hotel King. All right, so please do that. All right, it takes us all to do it. All right, I would do it for you. So I ask that you just take the time out. It takes only a minute or two to go over there and do that. I'm not saying you have to do it exactly right now, but we ask that you do that. Okay? All right? And thank you for that. Listen, we're going to go into the message or the lesson or the session. I got to keep this on just in case something happens. I can see it. All right? Just give me a second, brothers and sisters. Give me a second. You get this on. So you can refill your tea, your coffee, and stuff like that. You can start texting people or hitting people up, messaging people to let them know that we're about to speak the message today. You're talking about self-love, y'all. And a major topic, but a lot of people don't care about that. They don't really care about that. Speaking in general, I say all. A lot of people don't care about that. They want to hear something raunchy. Okay. I don't know if I called these names out already, but I probably did, but I just want to thank, yes, I did call out the name. Brother Rich, John Rich, Brother Greg Hyman, Brother Curtis Payne or Ikichi. We thank you for your donations. Ashe. Let me see something here. What's today's date? Yeah, I did shout out to others who gave. I just want to shout out those. We thank you for your love gift. Ashe. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, now, those of you who saw the post, let me see something here. What's today's date? The 18th? Yeah. Yep, the 18th. All right. Yep. You saw the post and you saw the topic on the post, and we're going to use scripture again. Like I said, I have no problem with spiritual books. They have great truths and principles in it. If you know how to read them correctly and properly. Ashe. We're going to be going into Matthew, the 22nd chapter, We're going to deal with verse 37 to 39. I'm just going to pull out some things and hope that it will empower you, and also not just empower you, where you can help somebody else. All right? Matthew, the 22nd chapter, 22nd chapter, verse 37, 39. I'm not going to read everything, but you can read that on your own time. But I'm just going to pull out what I want to pull out here. According to the book, I think I've got everything here. Yes, according to the book, it says, Jesus saying, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. And you shall love your neighbor as yourself. My message, the message today is, the lesson, you cannot love anyone else if you do not first love yourself. Self-love is key. All right? You got that? Now, let's look at the Webster Dictionary. The Webster definition of love. Love, it means to adore, to appreciate, I'm just laying my foundation, to cherish, to treasure, value, and to hold dear. And one thing about us, we are creatures of love, because the Creator God made us that way. Made us to love and to be loved. Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people spend a lot of time seeking this emotional need. But in many cases, in a lot of cases, all their efforts to fill that love void or satisfy its crave ends up in disappointment. Yes. It ends up in disappointment if a person does not learn to love self first. When you crave for love or have a void that you're trying to fill with love, when your crave for it is not satisfied or when it's not fulfilled, the results can be devastating and destructive, because it'll have you start doing all kinds of things, strange things. It'll have you start seeking love in all the wrong places. Hear me, y'all. And you also start finding ways to try to quiet or numb that the craving for love, the need to love and the need to be loved. That happens when you're not satisfied. So when you're not satisfied, once again, you begin to start seeking it in all the wrong places, love we're talking about, and doing all kinds of things to hush up the cry of, I need love, I want to be loved. I'll give you some examples of what people will do. They'll start drinking excessively to numb themselves, drugging and clubbing and bugging. Yeah. They'll start jumping from relationship to relationship to find this thing, to satisfy this craving called love. They'll jump from bed to bed. Or they'll take anybody who shows them some type of attention to fill that void, the love void. And there's people who will go as far as experimenting with the same sex to see if love can be found there. Well, you hear me, brothers and sisters? There's people out there. There's other people out there. They'll try to fill this love void. They'll shower themselves with a lot of material things. They'll take a plethora, many thousands of selfies and put it on social media, thinking it's a form of love, showing themselves love. There's nothing wrong, brothers and sisters, with buying nice things for yourself or taking some pictures here and there and posting them up. But if you're taking these selfies and posting them up to get 1 billion likes and you don't get the likes and you get upset, you're seeking love and attention in all the wrong places. Or you buying a whole bunch of nice things that make you feel good, and it gets to a point where now you're going into debt, getting into debt, and you're maxing out your credit cards to do it. It's a sure sign, brothers and sisters, that you're trying to fill a void only healthy love can fill. You cannot love anyone else if you do not first love yourself. Self-love is key. I hope you're getting something out of this, brothers and sisters. This is something that our children need to hear. You may say, oh, this is a little mushy little subject. No, I'm going in. I already went in. People finding love in all the wrong places. You got, dating sites, and our young girls and boys from the age of 9 and 10 finding love in some strange places. Come on now, don't act like this is some unnecessary topic here. It don't apply, let it fly. One thing about things, brothers, the reason why people try to seek this love thing out, I'm gonna use love a lot, okay? Self-love and love. They try to find, they just working hard or just focused on trying to get this thing. Because a lot of them don't know the true source of love. They don't know where it is. The true source of love. The scripture teaches us, according to 1 John, the 4th chapter, verse 7 and 8, it says, it tells us that God is the source of love. Because it says God is love. God is love. Now you got to follow me with this. But a lot of people don't know where this source of love comes from, so they seek it everywhere else, not knowing that God is love. Follow me. According to scripture, Matthew, the 22nd chapter, verse 37 and 38 and 39. According to the story, Jesus, the African revolutionary, he commands the people, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. Then he says, once you do that, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Now, I heard a great teacher once say, love. How he said, love the Lord, love the neighbor, love yourself. All these things. I'm going to put that together the right way. But when it says love this, love that, love God, okay. See, what is love? Love is not this mushy stuff that we see on television in Hollywood, and everything is going well, and everything looks perfect, and it's saying only sweet words, man. Sometimes, man, love can cause bloodshed. Love can cause bloodshed. Don't the story goes that Jesus loved the world so much that he died, according to the story? Sometimes love can cause bloodshed. So it's not always this mushy thing. Loving somebody, it's a decision. And when you make that decision, no matter what happens, we're going to continue to stay committed. All right? So love, this teacher taught, is a commitment to service and duty. Service and duty. But I need to bring something else here because we just heard, love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, and your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself, as if you have to put yourself last. Let me deal with this. I know that saying you must love everybody. We kumbaya, we must love everybody because we live in a multicultural nation, what is called a melting pot. We must love everybody. It's everybody. Okay? And also in religion, we are supposed to even love our enemy. I question that BS. But when it says, love the Lord with all your heart, your soul, and your mind, and love your neighbor as you love yourself, and it says love means a commitment to service and duty, our first service and duty to love is to love self. Not just self and kind. Before putting all our energy and time trying to love everybody else outside of ourselves and outside of our race. We have to get this right. If you want to love everybody, fine. But your first service and duty is to love yourself first. Because you can't love anyone else if you don't first love yourself. You can't even love, okay, I love God, I love the Lord, and I lift my voice to worship you, oh my Lord. You can't even love God. You say you love Jesus, you can't love the Christ. You say you love Allah, you love Muhammad, you love all these people. Okay, you can't love them. You love Moses, you can't love him. You can't love your wife. You can't love your husband. You can't really love your children. I know where we kind of exaggerate what we do. I love mine. You can't tell me that. Let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. I got to keep it real. You can't love anyone else until you learn to love yourself first. Self-love is key. I know that, you got to debate, you can debate, okay? I got my own opinion, fine. Got your own opinion, fine. So all we gotta love everybody. We live in this multicultural world. We're in a melting pot. Love everybody. Love your enemy. Love everybody outside of you. But if you love yourself, that's selfish. That's not of God. That's not of Jesus. That's not from the Holy Scriptures. That's not from the holy books. And the hell is not. When according to the book, y'all, it says when Jesus was giving us, the African revolutionary Jesus was given an assignment to spread the word of truth according to the story. The assignment was, do not go to the Gentiles, do not go to the Samaritans, the other people. Just go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And when, according to the story, when Jesus was about to leave the scene, he gave his disciples the same assignment. Don't go to the Gentiles. Don't go to the Samaritans. Go to the lost house of the lost sheep, the house of Israel. I'm trying to make a point here. Did he not love other people? Did he love other people less? No. He went to the ones that needed to love the most. And that's why it's so imperative, brothers and sisters, that we can't turn our love outward before we turn it inwards, because it appears that our people are the least loved by everyone and have the most difficult time loving ourselves and kind. We need to help ourselves before we try to help somebody else, but we got it backwards. And none of us can reach a healthy level of self-love if we do not learn about who we are. Hear me, brothers and sisters. Hear me. You will not ever reach the healthy level of self-love if you do not know about who you are, where you come from, your history, and your culture. I don't give a damn what religion that you hold to, you subscribe to. I don't care what denomination you subscribe to. I don't care what holy book that you read. I don't care what kind of degree in college that you got, or how successful you may look in the land of the free and the home of the slave. You cannot reach, and I cannot reach, a healthy level of self-love if we do not learn about who we really are, where we come from, our history, and our culture. You know why these other nationalities are so powerful? They know who they are. But somebody come to you and come to us and teach us about ourselves. I don't want to hear all that black stuff. I don't want to hear all that old stuff. But you read the Bible, reading stuff 2,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago. A lot of it don't have nothing to do with you. Are you following, my brothers and sisters? I said I was going in. Don't get scared now. Don't leave now. I'm not yelling. Hang out till we finish. We can't get that level of love, that healthy level, without knowing who we are, y'all. History, because I shared that, right? And one thing about religion, most of our people is in religions. All of us had to go to compensatory education. That's mandated the school system. We all had to go there. Our children have to go there, right? In a lot of homes, as I speak today, a lot of families, they never teach the people, black people or their children or anybody else on that serious level, or about who they are, where they come from, their culture. They don't teach on that serious level. Matter of fact, a lot of them don't teach at all in religion, in this educational system, and in the homes. So how can you reach that healthy level, brothers and sisters, if you're not being taught? Or if you're not teaching our children? They know about everybody else. They know the ins and outs about Spider-Man and Snow White and Iron Man and all these other daggone cartoons. They know the ins and outs about what football player and basketball player and the stats and all this stuff. You know everything about basketball. You know everything about everybody. Somebody asks you about who you are, where you come from, what's your history and your culture. You don't know nothing. A clear sign, brother, or indication that you have not reached that healthy level of self-love yet. And look at our people, how they're operating and behaving. I know we all, every race has this issue, but my focus is on mine, on ours. Look how we operating out there. Does that look like it's self-love? Or love is missing? They love, though. I love collard greens. I love potato salad. I love macaroni and cheese. I love chitlins. I love pig ears and pigtails. I love oxtails. I love Jordans. I love Gucci. I love Louis Vuitton. I love burger bags. I love red bottom and all these different, I love, but do you love yourself? Some of us are so out of love with self that they want to be somebody else. That's why you look and go out there and buy their name. I don't love me, so I want to be like Mike. I don't love me, so I want to be like a rapper. I don't love me, I want to be like Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion. Not picking on them, but I'm just trying to say everybody trying to look like and be like and sound like and dress like and dance like somebody else, falling in love with somebody else, all right? But you can't, but you need to fall in love with yourself. And as I said before, you're not really loving nobody because you don't got it for yourself yet. You may admire them, and I'm saying stuff, just bear with me, y'all. Just bear with me, please. I'm saying stuff that's just coming, but I'm not going to, I'm just going to just do what I want to do. See, one thing, it's important, brothers and sisters, let me slow down, that you learn about who you are, your culture, your history, where you come from. Because when you gain that proper knowledge, when you gain that, you begin to realize your greatness. You'll begin to realize that you have value and worth. And you'll also see the value and worth and greatness in those who look like you. You're not going to destroy anything that you value or feel it has worth. Look how you protect your car. You put an alarm on it. Look how you protect your gold chain. You put a daggone lobster claw on it so it's hard to pop. Look at you love your home. You got alarm systems and daggone camera systems in there. Okay, because you know it has some value and worth. So you're not going to destroy what you value. So when we come to ourselves, once we see the value and worth and greatness in ourselves, we'll see that in those who look like us, and we won't destroy ourselves or one another. Are you hearing me, brothers and sisters? We getting there. In the text, it says first, this is what it says first. Love the Lord your God. Okay? Notice, check it out, brothers and sisters. Notice, it says, love the Lord your God, or your heart, your soul, and your mind. Then it says, love your neighbor as yourself. Like I said, hear me. But the first thing it says, love the Lord your God. Now, if you look at this, brothers and sisters, you have to read it properly. You don't just say, love God first. Love your neighbor as yourself. I mean, no. Okay. When it says, love the Lord your God, it's pointing directly to you. What do you mean? When it says, love the Lord your God, it's pointing directly to you. Why? Where does the Creator reside? According to the spiritual book. And also according to where you are right now. You're alive today, right? Because you have the what in you? The spirit of the Creator in you. And once that spirit is gone, you're gone. So when it says love the Lord your God, the spirit of the God is pointing directly to you. Because the spirit lives in you. I know we've been tricked that he's some God somewhere in the sky, pie in some skies, some cosmos, some ionosphere, where you gotta call him down, plead him down. Come on down, Lord. Oh, come on down, Lord. Hear my prayer. You having 24-hour, 2-day tarries in your church, in your a secret closet in there for 2 or 3 days, trying to call God down. God lives in you. Don't ever forget that. Now, if you want to pray for 15 years, that's fine. I mean, pray for 24 hours, that's fine. But eliminate that thought that you're praying God down to assist you or to hear you. Anyone, brothers and sisters, that feel unloved. That's why it's so important to have that self-love. And strive hard to express true love towards others is suffering from what I call a disease of emotional altruism, a painful disease of emotional altruism. When I said you feel unloved, but you strive hard to try to love somebody else, hard, I'm talking hard. That's a painful disease, emotional altruism, meaning that they put everybody else first. They put everybody else first. I'm not talking about serving a plate and your boo worked hard. He the breadwinner, you know what I'm saying? Or he's, worked, I came home, you serve him the plate first. I'm not talking about that. Nothing wrong with that. Or you want to serve the child, the children, or the little kids, or the women first. I'm not talking about that. There's a person who always put people before themselves. You may call it selfless. Oh, they're so selfless. They're so caring. They're so concerning. They're so considerate. They're so no. That's foolish. That's foolish. What did you know what I'm saying? Now, these are the symptoms of those people who suffer from this painful disease of emotional altruism. A person like that is miserable, very miserable. They make people around them miserable. They have hostility on the inside because they're hungry for something that they cannot obtain, nor can they really give. And a religious people, they suffer most from this disease called emotional altruism. They suffer most. Why? Because look at Christianity. All Christian art and their sculptures and their characters, as they've been presented to us, and you know that, right? They're all portrayed as white people. Even Jesus is portrayed as a white man. And our people, black people, have been taught through religion to love and even die for Jesus. Love and even die for the Bible, what you believe. Love and even die for your religion more than you love yourself. More than you love your family. More than you love your own people. We've been taught that in religion. To love Jesus, love the Bible, to love our religion more than we love ourselves, our family, and our people. Now, didn't the scripture teach? 1 John, the 4th chapter, in the 20th verse, I believe it says this: whoever claims they love God and hates his brother or his sister is a liar. How can you say you love God that you cannot see and hate your brother that you can see? A lot of religious people got this craziness. Snotting, falling out for the Lord, snotting, falling out for Jesus, getting into the spirit and dancing. I'm not mocking nobody, worshiping. Hey, that's fine. That's a beautiful, that's beautiful. Fine. And I just love the Lord. I just love God. I just love everybody. I just, what I'm saying, go home to him and talk to their husband. Have no love for the children. Children have no love for the parent. Got a problem with their own people. But they love the Lord. Black people, or whatever name you want to call us, I'm not going to get caught up into little names. You know what I'm talking about. We have a lot to overcome. Because after 400 years as slaves and second-class citizens in the hells of North America, we have been systematically brainwashed to hate ourselves and to love our open enemy. They taught us, like I said, in religion, the educational system. They taught this through law, through society, the symbols in society. Remember the symbols? No niggas allowed. No blacks allowed. White only. Black only. We don't hire niggas. These are signs, remember, through the Jim Crow? So don't get upset with me or say I'm being vulgar. These are the signs that we had to read. So we was taught to love, to hate ourselves and to love our open enemy through symbols in society. We was taught that we were unlovable people because every race that encountered our people, came into contact with our people, showed us no love. They didn't come to help us, to assist us, to support us. They didn't show no love. They only showed disdain and hate. Now, what do you think, brother and sister? What happened when a person or people is never showed any love? That's, you know what I'm saying? What would happen? What they'll do, they begin to take on the mindset and the emotions of their haters and turn those same emotions and that mindset towards themselves or on themselves. They start thinking like the hater. They'll start thinking about themselves the same way the hater thinks about them. And they know that it's definitely a way to fail in life. Self-hate. Because the greatest cause for failure is self-hatred and the lack of love for self and your own kind. Yeah, I know you want to move out of the hood and move out of fine. It's good to have be able to move out and move up. Like George Jefferson, moving on up to the east side. But don't ever forget where you come from. You think you get around certain people who don't look like you, that you included now. You're approved by them. You loved by them. Now you validated by them. No, you still it ain't watching you. Make sure you don't bring that niggerdom in their community. As soon as you do, they're gonna come together, rally together, and petition your butt out of that community. You got no love for self, love for our open enemy. That's why black people spend so much time trying to be loved by them. Like I said, liked by them, accepted and approved by white people. Get around and start grinning, cheesing, laughing at their jokes that ain't even funny. Nice one, Bob. Yes. Gee winklers. Want to be loved by them, want to be accepted by them. Right? But don't have the same motivation and drive to love yourself and love your kind. You cannot love anyone else if you do not first love yourself. Self-love is key. I'm closing, y'all. I'm coming to my end. Now, as I shared, you be up there begging for love, trying to be approved and validated by white folk or people who don't look like us. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. If you have to beg for somebody to love you, that's the kind of love you can do without. That's the kind of love you don't even need. It could be, I don't care who it is. Not just white, but anybody. If you gotta beg them to love you, or I have to beg you to love me, the love you, that kind of love I can do without. I can live without that crap. I ain't that desperate. I ain't desperate. Maybe at one time I was that way. We all came from somewhere, y'all. None of us was perfect. Are you hearing me, brothers and sisters? And one thing about, what time we got here? But another thing, this is key. When you don't know how to love yourself, you don't love yourself, a person who don't know how to love themselves, they only can relate to other people on a surface basis, on a surface level. Their love don't run deep. Or their love for people don't run deep. And when a person's love cannot run deep, you have people who are married that way. They're married, but their love don't run deep. They love on the surface. And when you're on that surface level, right, you cannot build an intimate relationship with other people, especially ones who look like you. You cannot build a relationship with nobody because now you become emotionally callous, cold, distant. And a lot of it is due to trauma that we experience in the hells of North America, or the trauma that we experience amongst our own family, and abuse that a lot of people have experienced in their life, maybe sexual, maybe mental abuse or emotional abuse. They have a hard time allowing their love to run deep or allow someone to even love them in a deep way. So you can't really build a real intimate relationship. I'm with somebody, they with me, but the love don't run deep. I experienced that. Yeah, I growing up, I was in my grandmama's house, I was in my father's house, I was in my auntie house, I was in my uncle's house, and I was different places. So therefore, now that I look at it, I was dealing with, didn't know it then until I grew up, rejection and abandonment. I was unstable. So therefore, when I was in a certain house, I couldn't allow my love to run deep because I knew that sooner or later I'm gonna be leaving there and going somewhere else. So I made sure I didn't get too deeply or emotionally attached. So I knew probably I'll be moving somewhere else. Didn't know how that affected my life as an adult. So therefore, as an adult in relationships, I couldn't allow my love to run deep because I don't know how long is this thing gonna run, how long is this thing gonna last? Is it forever or is it temporary? So I was robbed because of the trauma that I've experienced from loving and being loved. Are you hearing me, somebody? Let me close this thing out. I want to come jumping around. I want to tap on some things that maybe you can identify with. When a person has no self-love, what they'll always do, they'll always project negative criticism or attitudes towards other people. Do you know anybody like that? They look at, ew, look at him. Look at him. Oh man, you look at they always look. Oh my God. You know people like that if it's not you. When they project negative criticism and attitude towards other people, in reality, they're really projecting their ugly attitude toward themselves. That's true. So if you find yourself calling people out their name, you ain't this, you ain't nothing but a bitch. You ain't nothing but a no good nigga. You a punk. You a F-boy. You know what I'm saying? You're a bum. You dog. Come on, y'all. Don't act like I'm using bad language. You know how people talk behind closed doors. You not even behind closed doors no more. They say that stuff in public. Kids will say that to their parents in public. You find yourself just degrading people, disrespecting people, have nothing to say good about them. That's a clear indication, brothers and sisters, that you have self-hate. Because people usually attack what reminds them of themselves. That will make sense. All right. We're going to close out. Are y'all getting something out of this, brothers and sisters? Love ought to reach two directions. We're closing out. Love ought to reach in two directions. Inward first, and then outwards. Inward first, and then outwards. Come on, y'all. Do this with me, y'all. I'm not trying to control you. So do like this: inward first, and then outwards. That's not selfish. That's necessary. Okay? Religion got you saying you love this way first, then you love the other, your neighbor, then you love yourself. No. This way first, and then outwards. Because God is not up there. When you begin to love yourself, you do not need nobody else to approve or validate you, because the God in you approves. Are you hearing me? When you begin to love yourself, you will not tolerate anyone calling you whatever they want to call you, disrespecting you, violating you, abusing you, using and misusing you. When you begin to love yourself. And there's a lot of that going on. Just taking it. That's just Bob, or that's just Mary. Hell no, Bob and Mary's crazy. I'm not taking it. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just talking about when you begin to love yourself, you'll have zero tolerance for anything, anybody, people, place, or thing trying to harm this, abuse this, misuse this, disrespect this. Yeah. It gives you that much strength. Enough is enough. It had you put your foot down. Yeah, when it comes to your woman, your spouse, your children, your family member, your damn boss, the government, anybody. You got the wrong one this time. I'm going to respect you. I'm not going to ask for it back. I'm going to demand it. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? I'm going to love you. I'm not asking for it back. I expect and I demand it back. If you can't give it, that's why it's so important for us to heal. Like I said, if people have been abused, it's hard for them to show love. So you have to understand your mate and help them heal. So yes, you got in that area, you got to help them heal. And you have to want to heal yourself. If not, you rob yourself and rob the one you with from the love that you both deserve. Am I making sense? Now, brothers and sisters, a person that have self-love, one thing about them, they'll accept self and they'll trust themselves. They'll always strive to reach the maximum. Okay, not mediocre, they'll strive to reach the maximum. That's how they feel that good about themselves. They're always growing, they're always learning, they'll be always producing. Because they know they have value, worth, and greatness. When you love, and if your love for yourself is weak or non-existent, this is what I want you to do. Get a clean piece of paper. After you finish here, clean piece of paper. And write down all the good things that you see about yourself. Write down all the good things that you see about yourself. Don't worry, don't ask somebody, what do you see good about me? What do you love about me? No. Write down what you see good about yourself and begin falling in love with those things. And you then continue to add on to your list until you learn to love all of you. That's the exercise. And when you write out all the things that you love about yourself, or you fall in love with, right? Read it several days to help you build your self-esteem. Okay? Write it out and read it several days. Let that be your prayer. Let that be your prayer. Okay? The prayer within. Talk to yourself. And once you begin to get a right attitude about you, guess what happens, brothers and sisters? Others will follow suit. Because how you think about yourself, that's how other people will think about you. You know what I'm saying? They'll follow suit and they'll break their neck to want to love who you really are. Yeah. Once again, brothers and sisters, that's all I have. You cannot love anyone else if you not love yourself, or first love yourself. Because self-love is key. Yes, I appreciate your patience. I hope that you was able to get something out of what I said. I hope I was clear. And that's what I was given to share. And I pray that if it was good for you, that you share it with other people. Go over it and study it. So sometimes we don't get everything at one time. You may have to listen to it again. And once again, we thank you. Now, I like to do this, and I always do this, and I'm going to do it again because there's some of you who may like to share a gift with us. Not going to assume that no one does not, And like I said, we appreciate those of you who do, and we appreciate those of you who do not and tune in. Because we don't see you have less value. For those of you who have a desire to share and keep us going, there's a way that you can give if you'd like to. We don't tell you what to give. We don't put you on no guilt trip to do it. This is our information at the bottom of the screen. And our brother will put up the mailing address, Brother Rob B. So if you'd like to give, to keep our ministry moving, like I heard someone says, we don't do this for money, but it takes money to do this. We don't do this for the love of money. We do it for the love of our people. All right? So those of you who's able to, who like to, you have a way you can do it. Now, Cash App, which is $GIAM 20, and or PayPal.me/GIAM HOTEP, which is Hotep number 2. You see at the bottom of the screen. Okay? Those of you who would like to, you may do that. I'm going to put up a thing too. And anybody like to hit me up, you got any questions? I had a sister messenger me last week, from last week's message, and we had a dialogue via messenger. And so I really appreciate your comments. I read all your comments, and so I also encourage you to continue to write them. I appreciate them. So I do not respond individually. Sometimes I may put up something I like or whatever, but I do read them all, and I do appreciate you participating. All right. You can always messenger me on our site. Got any questions or you need to contact me? My number is 518, or the number you can reach the ministry is 518-330-3150. 518-330-3150. Okay? If you feel you need to contact me, then when you get the message, or you can text me on that number. I do have more than one phone, but that's the one I use for the ministry. Some of you have my personal number. All right. So you can catch me anytime there. Once again, go to YouTube, y'all. James Anyabwile. Go to YouTube, James Anyabwile. Subscribe, press like. Like it if you love it. Notification bell. We're going to try to beef that up over there. All right. And maybe get to a point where you can monetize it, so we can have another stream of some kind of income to help support the ministry. Okay? All right. So the burden, I ain't gonna say burden, so you don't feel the burden is just on you, though it's not a burden. I think it's a beautiful thing to have the opportunity to share, to help a good cause. All right? So let me go. I hope all is well. We're going to close out of here, my brothers and sisters. You know how we do it. Raise that beautiful fist. Thank you, moderators, for your work. Thank you. Mods, keep promoting, keep sharing. If nobody do it, it's your job to do it. Ashe? Thank y'all for your work. Thank all of you. All right? Much love and respect. I don't take none of y'all lightly. Raise that fist, y'all. Spread that energy. Amandla. Power to the people. My time is up. Hotep.